Good morning, good morning, good morning, and quick morning. Hopefully, we do have a setup here coming up. So I do have to start the live trading like this. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But right now, I'm trying to see if we can inverse this quick 15-minute bearish rally gap right here. We pretty much have all of the confirmations. We just need enough buying pressure to kick in to go ahead and inverse this gap, and we have so much to the upside to go ahead and target. So we'll see how that goes. Now ES does have a level here that we do need to take out first. Because ES is already inversing the fair value gap. So yeah, let me go and start the live stream over here in the premium. Yeah, I just want to go ahead and target this for a quick scalp over on ES, mainly. So let's see. Yo, what's going on, guys? Good morning and quick morning, hopefully, guys. What's going on? All right, quick. Here's what we have, guys. Look at my screen share. Here is what we are looking at for this morning. Right now we are on the 15-minute time frame. Let me see. So guys, coming into market open, I'm pretty bullish. And the whole reason behind that is mainly on ES. Let me show you guys. All right, now ES already is kind of already inversing this 15-minute gap. The reason I'm super bullish, guys, is we are current. Wait. I'll explain after. Give me a second. Let me see if this chart wants to do what we want to see here. All right, I think I have some time to explain here. Anyways, okay. So guys, coming to market open, ES on the other hand, although it is selling off a little bit when NQ isn't, which is a really good sign. Since NQ is kind of holding up for now at least, guys, ES took out this very strong level of liquidity over at 251.50. Right here, we have a very strong double bottom right here. So obviously, oh my, wait, hold on. We're about to inverse it. Okay. The explanation can wait. Let me get this going really quick, guys. Hopefully today is one of those mornings where we have those really quick mornings. But let's find out. Now I'm simply looking for an inverse above this 15-minute gap, and that's pretty much it. Now, ES on the other hand is selling off like crazy, so we have a little bit of an SMT here. I'm really hoping ES is able to pick right back up here, because if we're able to get that, we should be really good. The whole reason we haven't inversed this gap just yet is mainly because obviously ES is kind of holding down here. But guys, the whole reason I'm super bullish is mainly because ES swept this level right here, and it is currently inversing it in a way, you know what I mean? We don't have the strongest buyers just yet, but with the way NQ is picking up, I'm sure we're able to see buyers step in very soon. We just need the buyers to kick in on ES, and then we should be good over on NQ. But let's go ahead and see. Wait, I forgot to put that on live on YouTube. Let me see if I have enough time for that. There you go. Okay, there you go. Now, the sellers on ES are still picking up, although NQ is not flipping back red, which is a really good sign. We just need buyers to just step in a little bit more on ES. We just need this candle to kind of flip here. Because look at this, guys. Full setting candle, ES still holding green. That is the best sign we can see. As long as buyers are able to step in here, that's all we need. Maybe we shoot down into this London low. Maybe. But with us continuing selling off, literally nothing on NQ. Look at that huge SMT. We just need to make sure that ES is able to flip, because if we take NQ longs here, which will be a little bit risky in this case, we need to make sure that ES is the one that's following along. All right, and there's no other way to make sure other than kind of just waiting it out. We just gotta wait and see what we do. Maybe we take out this London low and that's about it. But for now, we're getting red to green flips on the 5-minute time frame, just like this. So yeah, so far it's kind of NQ is kind of starting to follow ES just a tiny bit. Obviously, you guys can see here, ES is selling off a lot here. We're breaking lows and everything, and NQ on the other hand is kind of just pushing down just a tiny bit. Nothing too crazy yet though, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Right now, kind of the only setup that we have to work with here is this one. And for those wondering, yeah, NQ on the other hand did take out this external low right down here that we created over last Wednesday. We did take it out. We're kind of sweeping it just a second ago. But obviously ES is kind of holding us down a little bit, pretty much making NQ kind of sell off just for now. Maybe it's a pullback, right? But if we do continue to go lower, obviously we probably will create some setups on the way down. But these are the levels that I do want to work with. For now, I was just really hoping we could have swept this one and just pushed up into this gap level up here. That would have been amazing. But for the looks of it, kind of seems like ES it more than likely wants to shoot down into this London low, take it out, and then possibly reverse right back up. Because I don't really see us going any lower. I mean, we could, but we did take out this really strong level that I was loving. But with us selling off here, it's totally fine. We just have to create a new setup here. Maybe even on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see. Yeah, 62 points. Yeah, if anything, I'll just use this 5-minute gap instead. But I would want to make sure that we take out this London low, which we just did first. All right. So yeah, let me go ahead and move this over. I'll ignore the 15-minute gap, and then just work with these levels down here. But I was really hoping we inverse that gap up there. It's just you guys saw the SMT. ES was showing a lot of sellers and NQ was showing a ton of buyers. It seems like buyers kind of got a little bit tired out. They got tired out there on NQ, and obviously we ended up getting the selling pressure into this London low, which honestly is not a bad thing. I mean, we took out the level, you know what I mean, which is why we're kind of bouncing up here. So yeah, we'll see. Now, if we still have to use this 15-minute gap, we could still use it. Nothing wrong with it. But if we do want an earlier setup, we could definitely use the 5-minute as well. All right, guys. But yeah, for now, we kind of have to wait it out just a little bit. All right. So yeah. Let me see. Isn't this strat? Well, in a way, yeah, but I was looking for higher price targets. I'll keep in mind, we took out every single external low to the downside, or most external lows to the downside, and we only took out one little internal high up here, which is not really that strong. All right. Now, yeah, this could have worked in your favor, yeah. But I really do want to target the London high and Asia high up here, although we already took out both lows down here, right? So in my opinion, I kind of see a little bit more of a model to the upside rather than to the downside, but that could have also worked. Yeah, I did on Friday. I have, yes. How do I link my TradeVate to my trading view? Just go to trading view. I mean, TradeVate, click settings, add-ons, and activate the trading view add-on. It should be free. And then you just go over to trading view, click trading panel down here, and then you just linked it up. Drop speaking at 10:30. Is it an orange folder or a red folder? Because what's it called? It's not showing it on Forex Factory. Doesn't matter from. In a way, yeah. In a way. Hopefully we can get a setup beforehand. So far we do have this 5-minute gap that we could work with very soon. So we'll see. But I don't really know if this is gonna hold up for the next 20 seconds. It kind of seems like we have a lot of volume in this candle, which if it flips would be amazing if we use it off the 15-minute. But yeah, we can get a quick setup there, especially with the way the volume is looking. We could definitely get something working there. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna create any sort of gap here. We have too much of a strong bounce. So yeah, we can still stick to the 15-minute. We just barely missed it. So we're pretty much still good to use it. We just need a lot of buying pressure to kick in. Which kind of would make sense. I mean, we took out the London low, another external low, and this London low over here on ES. So a bounce here would be pretty expected. All right. Take profit trader eval is end of day draw. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's end of day trading drawdown. But yeah, so far we are trying to get a bounce here. Nothing extremely strong. Nothing crazy. Nothing here that's really calling our name. That's really screaming longs here. But hopefully we're able to flip this candle pretty much just like the way this candle is looking into this inverse. That'll be the best thing possible. But let's find out. Now on ES, on the other hand, we kind of did end up inversing this fair value gap right here. We never ended up holding it up because obviously ES did have a ton of selling instead. But let's see. We'll see. Now we just gotta kind of have to be a little bit careful here because obviously ES does have a level of liquidity that's a little bit closer above this inverse when NQ kind of doesn't. So we need to make sure that NQ does have that buying pressure to kick in, and then we just look to target this as a scalp over on ES. So we use ES to find a price target pretty much. Let me see. I've been treating this trading thing like a game. Bro, what have you been doing, bro? What if I take a green trade and then my second trade is red? Will my drawdown? No, your drawdown will go down because remember it trails from the complete top, kind of like how Apex does it. All right, so let's say for example you have a 50K account and you make $500 profit. Your drawdown at the end of the day will move up $500 from the highest peak of the account. It trails from the complete top. Remember. Blast. What about the 5-minute fair value gap that's above the 15-minute? You were looking at it. This one right here, there's no more. There's no fair value gap here. Oh wait, no, this is my bad. There's no 5-minute gap here from what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a gap. It shouldn't be. Yeah, no, this is. Oh wait, no, this is ES. Oh shit, I'm bro. Yeah, no, this shouldn't be a gap. Yeah, 27 points. This one should be like what, like 30? Yeah, 33 points. Nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy. Really, the only gap that we have here is the 5-minute right here, which we've been filled, so that can't work. And the 15-minute gap right here. That's kind of all of these candles are here all in one, pretty much. What account are you using? What account are you using? I've been swapping strategies and just throwing trades in accounts. I'm tired of losing. Oh yeah, bro. If you're strategy hopping, then yeah, you gotta stick to one, bro. Why aren't they gaps? Because remember, gaps are measured from the points of the candle. Anything more than 40 points is a valid gap. These two candles right here are like 20 to 30 points. So there's not enough volume in the candle to kind of create the imbalance with all the volume coming into the market. Remember that. So this one's 27 points, not big enough, right? But this one, on the other hand, right, if I measure out this one, it's way more than 40 points. It's about 20 points over 40 points, which will make it a valid fair value gap. Now, the reason we can't use this one is mainly because obviously we already filled the gap right here, right? So we measure out the gap just like this, right? Remember, we filled it right here and we filled it right here. So even if we want to use it right now, we really can't because it doesn't really exist anymore. Whatever was in this gap right here already been filled. All right, since the London session right here at 8 in the morning. But so far, guys, we're kind of chopping up. In a way, we're not really moving. We're not breaking any candle highs. We're not breaking any candle lows. We're not really doing anything. So we'll see. Are you gonna full size set? Yeah, I am. I just need a better looking setup in a way right now. So in a way, we're kind of just waiting on the bias. We did have one off open in a way, but it didn't really hold up too much because of ES. I'm not saying it can't work. Obviously, the setup is still there. We just need obviously to flip this candle right back up, and then we'll go from there. But right now we're kind of just debating on what the bias could be. Let me see, 25K. Yeah, do like 3 to 4 contracts should be fine. What's the scenario to go short? If we hold below, pretty much if we break this candle low and we continue selling off with a lot of selling pressure, I'll be open to taking shorts. So yeah, we'll see. Because remember, we're still kind of the market just opened 15 minutes ago. We're still trying to see what the bias is right now. But yeah, if ES is able to hold below this level down here and break this candle low, and NQ does the same thing, I'll be open to looking to go short. But the thing is, we don't have any setups to go short yet. All right, so we'll see. But so far, we haven't really gotten any model anywhere. Mark out these levels real quick just in case. I doubt we see them, but you never know. But yeah, so far we are flipping this candle back to green. As you guys see right here. So yeah, we're kind of just chopping up a little bit. Do scalps get payout refused? No, not at all, not at all. Continuation scare me all the time. They always feel like luck. Nah, bro, it all depends on how the market is looking. If the market is obviously in a very, very bearish trend, which, look at this, then yeah, it could definitely work out in your favor. The thing is when we take out these levels of liquidity, the more levels of liquidity that we take out, the riskier it might be, because obviously those are price targets that you should have been targeting. You shouldn't be entering when we take it out already. You know what I mean? So yeah, looking for a continuation model here would be pretty risky. Why? Because you would have been already targeting this one, but you're taking it as we take out this level. All right, so just remember that. The more levels of liquidity that we take out, the riskier the trade would get, because obviously the higher the chance of a reversal would be. But yeah, let's see. If it wasn't for this big sell-off, I'm sure we would have had a setup either way, even to the downside. But right now we're kind of just chopping. Well, not chopping up, but we're sitting on this level of liquidity. We're not really doing much. Let me check about. Hold up. ES does have a setup on the 15-minute. Because obviously with ES being this bearish, we can maybe see to take something to a downside. Because obviously it does seem like we do want to go lower. So if anything, I'm open to looking for a continuation model to a downside. It seems like we're not really reacting off any levels of liquidity. We're failing to sweep them and everything, and it seems like sellers continue to step in. So we'll see. We'll see. Bro, what should the bro? Okay, you don't have to repeat the question, bro. I'm slowly reading the chat. What should the candle? What should the candle measure in London and Asia? 40. 40 is the same thing. Same thing. Now, no, you're good, bro. You're good. If you're trading London and Asia, you need to make sure that they have the volume. I'm sure you remember about 2 weeks ago or so, we were only trading Asia because the volume during Asia was really, really good. But 99% of the time, the volume for Asia is pretty bad. So the setups don't really, it's not that they don't work. It's just that they either take way too long to play out, or there's not enough volume for it to really hit your price targets. So the market is kind of all over the place. Yeah, it is, bro. Nate, thank you, bro. Thank you. Should so I should reach 159K goal first and take out 34. What? Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. 935.5 M can. Oh my, what the hell? I was reading the chat with my trading rate on top, and it just kind of just spiked up here. So I guess the only setup that we kind of have, if we were to push up, the only setup that we kind of have to work with is this 15-minute fair value gap. I'm not sure where that candle spike came from. I don't think Trump is speaking just yet. I don't think we had news either. He probably said something about something. I don't know. But I'm not sure where that spike came from. But it doesn't really seem like it was doing anything either way. It just spiked up and just went back to the normal candle. But hopefully this is he's talking right now, bro. No, he you guys were saying he talks at 10:30, and that seems pretty reasonable. I don't think he will talk at 9:49 just randomly. Hey, what's up, Tart? What's going on, bro? What's up? What's up? But yeah, hopefully we're able to hold up this buying pressure that's kicking in. I mean, it looks really good. Don't get me wrong. It looks really, really good. I'm just really hoping that with whatever type of news came in, let me see. Oh, that's why. Ukraine. But in a way, yeah, that has affected the market because it's kind of ceasefire. What is this like war or something? War news? Because war news is never good in the market. It's never good in general. But yeah, we are focusing on the 50-minute. But so far, yeah, no, it's kind of look at the 5 minute. It's market is just reacting to news in a way. Nothing crazy just yet. Nothing crazy. That's old. 9:43. A little bit. I am, bro. Yeah, I am, Manu. He said he wants no, he was saying that he wants to fire Powell, bro. Yeah, he's been talking about firing. When are you gonna do? No, I'm not doing them for now. You seen that he wanted to Torino K trades. Yeah, he's saying that he wants to fire. Because bro, the way Powell wants to do it is way too slow apparently. So do you speak Italian? I understand it. I kind of forgot. I forgot how to speak it. But yeah, guys. So far, it's just a little choppy here. A little choppy. Not the way I wanted to see the market kind of react here. Because it puts us in a bad spot. Obviously, not only will we not get any momentum to get a bias in the market, but we also won't form any setups if the market is just in a range. So I was really hoping this whatever came out in this news in this candle right here, I was hoping it would push us up, but so far nothing. So far nothing. Because remember, guys, our bias is definitely leaning more towards bullish, but it's not really confirmed to be bullish just yet. We're not really getting any sort of a sweep. We don't have buying pressure kicking in. We don't have anything kicking in, so we don't really know what the market wants to do. I did. I showed it off. I even showed off the P&L and everything. You can find it right here. What was it? I think it was. I think you can find it like this. Everyone, I showed it to everyone. Here it is. Hold on, let me find it right here. You can find it all right here. Also, it was all on stream. No, you're good. You're good. Let me see. If using 10 micros, how much of a barrier or money do you add per account? Usually, if you wait. If you're using 10 micros, how much of a barrier or money do you add per account? If you add route, I don't get it. Do you usually add? What do you mean, like add to the funded accounts? No, you can't add. You can't add. You can't add. No. It's a funded account. You can't. I'm not adding my money to a funded account. No. If that's what you're trying to say. Oh, I mean profits. Oh, I just leave it sitting there. Easy for me. Oh nah, bro. I don't really. I kind of forgot it, bro. Because I came to the US when I was 4. So ever since then, I've been speaking English and Spanish, but no Italian. Do you make about 1K per week? Is what? Yeah, usually like 1K, 1.5, 1.7 around there. On a good day, like two ish around there. All right, which one is better in your opinion? Let me see. So, what account do you have? That's the thing. All right, let me see. 5 contracts, trim 2 at 30 points, 3 at 50 points. Potential loss 250 after trim $30 loss, $20. I feel like the 2 at 30 points and 3 at 50 points sounds a little bit more realistic. But don't. Mm, I wouldn't know how to tell you because remember, bro, every trade is different. Every trade plays out differently. So you're probably gonna get better results one day or 1 week than the other week. You know what I mean? It's a little bit hard to tell you, but I feel like the first one sounds a little bit more manageable. It sounds a little bit, you know what I mean? I got $600 drawdown and a $1,200 goal. I have its recommendation on how many contacts you trade. But I mean, honestly, just go how you've been going. If you've been sizing 5 to 7, just keep doing that. Remember, it's not to pass it in one day. It's slowly. Bro, I'm not reading that, bro. Thank you. Oh, bro, appreciate you, bro. If you're on 50K, you should not be sizing 10 mic. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I would say try to do um like max 7 around there. This 15-minute gap is about to close. Honestly, we could probably use it. Now, I don't know if I would want to use it as a continuation model or as an inverse model yet because I would have to see how we react off 1830, which I don't even know if it's a really strong level of liquidity like that. It kind of is. Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely use it. Yeah. A 5 minute. Okay, we took out. Wait, no, we didn't. Wait, we tapped into it. We did tap into it. But guys, pretty much what I'm trying to say is, since we're not gonna be using this gap up here, it's kind of far away. It's kind of pretty far. We could definitely look to use something like this over on the 15-minute time frame. The only downside to this one, guys, is from now we have to wait about 17 minutes for us to even have a possible setup. We haven't had anything to work with off the 5 minute at all, since market open. So maybe we can create one here, possibly. But if not, we have to kind of stick to the 15-minute, which is gonna take about another 15 minutes to form the setup. So we'll see. Okay. But we're about to form the 5 minute. We need 5 more points. I mean, we could probably get it in the next minute or so if the selling continues. The thing is I want to see how, now that we took out this level of liquidity, before I tell you guys what I want the bias to be, which will either be an inverse model or a continuation model, I want to see how we're able to hold down this level of liquidity. If we don't see any sort of buying pressure kicking in, I would look to take a continuation model all the way down into 919. But if we see a spike in buying volume, I would look to inverse this 5 minute gap instead. But for now, I definitely am leaning a little bit more towards bearish. Kind of seems like the market just wants to continue going lower every single time. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And by the way, I mean, if you look at the overnight trend, pretty much everything is bearish, extremely bearish. So yeah, we'll just stick to for now a bearish bias. I'll look to take a continuation model, as long as price is able to hold below this fair value gap right here. I mean, not fair value gap. This level of liquidity, I would definitely look to take a continuation model down into 919. That definitely looks like a pretty good plan, I would say. And then this fair value gap is about to close in about 20 seconds. All right, guys. And other than that, on the 5 minute time frame, and even on the higher time frame, I don't have any other level of liquidity to a downside until pretty much 919. And then below 919, we have nothing until 17,420, which I don't think we see today. But all right, let's go ahead and see. This 5 minute candle went ahead and closed. Hopefully, we're able to get a retracement here. Just so we can look for some shorts after this fair value gap into 919. That would be the best thing that could happen right now. So in the meantime, let me go ahead and start editing this out real quick. Now the thing is, I'm hoping we don't sell off too much in this 5-minute candle, because obviously we need enough room to have space to retrace back up. If not, then we can't really catch anything. Now on the other hand, if we continue selling off a lot, just like how we are right now, if ES ends up selling off a little bit more, there might be a little bit of a chance of a strong pullback, because we're getting very, very close to this level of liquidity down here. Although NQ is nowhere near it, right? We're pretty much like 60 points away from it. ES on the other hand, it really isn't. So we have very limited room to go down before the setup can actually be really, really good. Because obviously, if we take this one out, that'll be more of a chance for us to reverse, as that's another level being taken out. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we get one little pullback to the upside on the 5-minute time frame. That's all I ask for. And then once we get this fair value retracement, we can sell off as much as NQ wants. All right, but for now, pretty much what we're looking for is a retracement. What's the sizing of stop loss looking like for today? Well, the volume does look pretty jumpy right now. I would say like 30, the usual stop loss, like 30, 35 points, whatever you're comfortable with. Me personally, I'm going to be doing about 10 contracts. Full size, you know what I mean? But the thing is, we're just selling off a lot right now. So the lower we go, not only the more work we have to do to even get a retracement here, but the lower we go, the more likely it is for us to take out this level of liquidity before we even get an entry. So I'm really, really hoping we're able to get a retracement very, very soon, as that's what we need for the shorts. If not, we can't really. I'm not gonna chase this. You know what I mean? No, we're not missing entries, bro. We haven't even had a setup play out. I mean, our setup is up here. With the market selling off, doesn't mean that we're really missing it. That just means that you're kind of chasing it. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We're not missing any entries. Keep in mind, there's no setups in the first place that have played out. Just with the market selling off, it's like trying to catch a falling knife. You know what I mean? That's something we typically do. Dude, there's no way Trump said that, bro. But yeah, guys, we get a pullback, a little bit of a pullback, and then maybe a pullback on the 1 minute. No, not even on the 1 minute. There's nothing we could take here. He definitely said, yeah, Trump seems like the type of guy to say that, for sure. Dude, bro, he's calling Powell a loser, bro. Bro, guys, Trump right now said there could be a slowing of the economy unless Mr. Too Late, a major loser, lowers interest rates now. That sounds like a Trump thing, right? Definitely a Trump thing. But yeah, guys, if we do want to get a pullback here, we would need about a 30-point push-up in about 40, 50-ish seconds. Read it in his voice. He said it. He definitely said it. But let's see. Did ES end up taking out the level of liquidity? Just barely missed it. Barely missed it. I'm just hoping we get a pullback here. It seems like buyers are trying to pull this back a little bit, but sellers just continue taking control. So I would be happy with even the slightest pullback. Even if we tap into this little line right here, I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. Yeah, bro, a lot. All right, the candle went ahead and closed right here, guys. Literally all I ask for, guys, is even the slightest pullback into this fair value gap. plus a nice rejection, and I'm in shorts. You know what I mean? But the thing is trying to get a pullback with this sort of selling is gonna be pretty hard. The chance of us getting that is, you know what I mean, is gonna be low. And I wish there was something to work with, at least around here, but there's not much we can really do here. We just gotta cross our fingers and just hope that we get a tiny retracement here. We can always, yeah, obviously. But the thing is, right now with the market selling off, I would much rather just get a trade into the level of liquidity before we reverse right back up. Make sense? Yeah. But from the looks of it, it's like we're trying to hold this up, but you guys know we're about to sell off very, very soon. How is this that I found out the Pope that? What? Wait, what? What are you talking about? For real? No way. The Pope died? How? A few hours ago. Bro, how is this that we find out through Discord, bro? Let me see this. I mean, it doesn't really seem like anyone's talking about it. Oh, never mind. Found it. Yep, he died at 88. Oh, damn. That's crazy, bro. Got a little bitter and passed away. But okay, you gotta keep in mind, I'm pretty sure there's this thing that goes around that before you pass away, like you get this burst of energy. I don't know if that applied to him, but that's just something that I feel like you guys should know. Um, I forgot what it's called. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Apparently, it's like a normal thing. Was death affect the market? No, I don't think so. It's called an awakening. Is that what it is? Like I'm pretty sure, like a day before you pass away, I feel like your body just releases like all the energy or something, and it seems like you're completely fine. Like it's like nothing happened, or surging. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, surging, something like that. I think that's the word for it. Um, but yeah, if Trump, obviously, yeah, bro, 1,000,000%, bro, 1,000,000,000%, yeah, bro. What are you gonna do? Didn't like, bro. I don't like talking to a camera, bro. Um, yeah, guys. I mean, you guys saw we tried selling. I mean, we tried pulling back. Even a pullback in this market is, it's like we can barely get it, guys. If I don't know, because I really want to take shorts. It's just we don't have anything to work with. We do, but it's like the market is not giving us the entries. We're trying to use a continuation model here, but we're like I said, we're not getting any entries at all. We're not getting any pullbacks. We're not getting anything. We don't have anything to inverse. We don't have anything to. No, I'm not chasing. I'm just letting you guys know, because I really want to take shorts into this level down here, and it seems like we're gonna take it out beforehand, before we retrace into anything. If we take out 918, feels like the bias will change back to bullish for sure, or not really for sure. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I feel like 919 is a pretty strong level of liquidity. We don't have, in fact, we don't have anything to the downside. Yeah, actually, guys, if we take out 919, we have nothing else to the downside to really target until 420. And I don't know if we see that level anytime soon. You ever get bored and feel like forwarding a new eval? Um, no. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I get bored, the first thing I do is get off the charts. Would you not take this retracement? Well, we haven't really retraced into anything. Now this, if you're talking about this rally right here, mm, I don't know. I don't really know about this one. This candle doesn't really have too much of an imbalance with the active volume, which is the body of the candle. I would rather take something up here. Now, if we don't see it, which we're probably not going to, um, if anything, the next best thing we could probably do is wait till this level gets taken out, and we wait for a reversal into this inverse up here, which will probably happen in the PM if we do get the reversal, to then take the inverse. That's probably the best thing that could happen. But right now, I don't know. I mean, we still have room to go lower. Don't get me wrong. It's just we don't have anything to enter off of. I'm not gonna be chasing shorts just because you know what I mean. I mean, we won't really have anything to work with. The 15 minute. Do we have anything on the 15 minute? Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, the 15 minute time frame, same exact thing. All like I said, all I'm looking for is a simple pullback into at least this line right here with a 25-ish point rejection, and then I take shorts. But if we don't see like at least 18,000, I wouldn't be interested. As much as I want to go, don't get me wrong. As much as I want to do shorts, I just wouldn't be interested. Do I have time for a quick nap? Well, bro, with this market, bro, probably, bro. Bro, you no longer use the strat for trading? Are you talking about like the two ups, two downs, 2 1 2s? That strat? Yeah, no, not anymore. It used to be good. It just stopped working. Well, not that it stopped working. I just found better. Pretty much, I found better. I found better. Which one? There used to be a strat called the strat. Like it was literally called the strat. It's just a bunch of numbers just put together, and you just read it based off the candles. So it would be like a 1 candle, a 2 candle, or a 3 candle. That's yeah, it's literally called the strat. It used to be really really good. Like it would work wonders, but it kind of stopped working in a way. It was more for options. You still have it? Yeah, I don't really pay attention to those channels. I completely forgot I even had them. Because for me, I have those channels hidden. I do not look through them. You guys know where to find the new strat though. It's under YouTube videos. It's under there's literally a whole section for it. So obviously, if you guys do want to learn from it, you know what I mean. You just click the day trading guide or the YouTube videos, and it's all there. I know you only do funded, but would you suggest someone to trade on their own? Yeah, bro, 100%. In fact, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was thinking about doing a live account recently. Would you try ever stop working at some point? Well, no, no, that's kind of not how the market works. Any strat will work at any point. It's just it all depends on market conditions. If the market conditions are bad, then obviously we can't really work with anything. And I'm sure you guys have been through the best and through the worst with every strat, including this one. You know what I mean? How come you don't scale up to 20 Apex accounts? I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't really feel comfortable with it. In fact, my next plan, I kind of want to do a live account. I want to try it out again. Um, I did a live account for like a week. I when your money is included, it's a little bit more stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But now that I feel like I have a lot more experience with the markets to the point where emotions don't really kick in like that, um, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Why don't you just use TPT, bro? Because it's the same thing, bro. It's really the same thing. The one thing I don't like is I hate minimum days. What's it called? Evals. I don't like that. No, I'm not doing challenges. That thing's stupid. How much did you size when you had a live account? I had a 5K account and I was sizing, I believe, like 5.7 around there. I don't really remember. Apex doesn't really do live accounts. They don't do it like Top Step. They don't really prioritize it. But yeah, guys, we're not getting any sort of a pullback anytime soon. Like I said, the next best thing that could happen is we sell off. We already took out the liquidity on ES. But the next best thing to happen right now is we sell off, we take out liquidity, and we reverse right back up. That's the best thing we could do. Because, guys, after we take out 919, like I said, there is nothing, and I mean nothing to the downside. So we'll kind of be forced to kind of look to take longs. Whenever, if we even get a setup, but that's for us to wait for. Now there's a slight chance that we can possibly dump down, create a gap here, and inverse gap. I mean, this level could definitely happen, but that's for time to tell. We still have 3 minutes into this candle. I mean, you guys know how it goes. But we'll see. We'll see. I was really hoping that we could take shorts, but I literally had nothing to work with. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Also, if you would have, let me see something. If you would have, let's say, for example, we would have used this candle right here as a fair value gap, which in most cases I kind of wouldn't. What would your risk reward be looking like? Okay, so let's say 30-point entry. So we would enter off of about 943. So right now we will be up 35 points. Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't really see the risk reward here to be that good though. I mean you're risking 30 points to get a 25-point price target. Not something I would do. You know what I mean? Not something I would do. Let me see. Have you ever traded? Oh, yeah, that's for him. I agree with Uzi. The whole everyone says it. Everyone says it, and it's true. The whole forex community is a huge scam. Huge scam. Everything about forex it's a scam. Now, I'm not saying forex itself is a scam. Obviously, you can make money if you do it to yourself, but if you're a person that likes to be in communities, likes to look at other people, which is a very big thing in trading, then yeah, it could be a very very big deal. Is that a little bit of word went around that he created his own broker, which obviously he has the money for it, and I mean, with your own broker, I mean, you could do pretty much whatever you want. I wonder how much it costs to create a broker. I'm assuming it's in the millions for sure. It can't be that easy because not everyone would do it, which I feel like a lot of people do it. You see? You see, I literally read this thing, bro. Okay, look, it said some brokers don't even fill your positions properly. Yeah, because they're not regulated. Remember, guys, brokers make money from you guys kind of buying and selling in a way. With them not being regulated, it's kind of legal for them to do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, for example, at some point, when Top Step X came out, they were not regulated. And obviously, with them not being regulated, they have every reason, if they feel like it, to give you late fills, to give you bad fills, and there's no consequence. Now, they're regulated now. Obviously, they worked around being regulated, so now anything bad that they do, like not giving you proper fill times or whatever, could get them in trouble. All right, but when it comes to Forex, the whole reason it's known as a scam It's not because of the gurus. The gurus is one thing. That's a topic for a whole nother day. We're not gonna talk about that. But brokers, on the other hand, they're not regulated, so it can cause a lot of issues, which kind of leads to it why it's a scam, right? There could be a lot of slippage, very late fills. It doesn't fill you. It doesn't sell it for you. I mean, it's a whole deal. It's a whole deal. Um, but yeah, there's a few reasons why forex is known is I mean, it's forex up there and then crypto right below it. And you guys know the whole thing that ruined crypto is these pump and dumps that everyone apparently does now. You know what I mean? Everyone has a meme coin. Everyone, you know what I mean? It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Do you think futures will die out in the? No, definitely not. But I mean, bro, futures, guys, the futures market has been out longer than any of us have been born, pretty much. Do you own any crypto? No, I'm never. Probably never. I don't know, man. It's just if I were to invest a lot of money, it would the last thing I would do is crypto. I don't want to, worry about having. Yeah, one thing. Yeah, it's really late to buy right now. I mean, well, maybe not right now, but bro, I know so many people that bought when Bitcoin was breaking all time highs. Like, bro, come on, man. Let's use our head. You know what I mean? Oh, prop firms for futures? No. With the amount of recognition that they have now, okay, look. In a way, they're not gonna die out, but they can lose credibility. I know, bro. There's so many companies that are now creating prop firms for the money. We talked about this like I think in the last live or last live. But we talked about it. Someone asked me the same question, saying, "Hey, do you think prop firms will be around in the future?" And yes, they will for sure. The thing is just like how anything that has a lot of volume into it, in a way, they can lose credibility. Now, with a bunch of prop firms being opened up, every company having a new prop firm and everything, obviously they're there for the money. They know that people are going to buy it if the rules sound right. That's what I tell you guys. Um, what's it called? I always tell you guys, hey, look, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is, right? These new firms that claim to have the best rules in the world and the best community in the world, you know what I mean? It's kind of, come on now. Now, pretty much back to my point. Um, with way too many firms opening up, um, it just kind of raises the chances of a rug pull. You know what I mean? Everyone buys accounts, they don't pay anyone out, they completely vanish, and there it is, millions of dollars into their pockets. And guys, the issue has gotten so bad that I personally know some people that are creating prop firms, and they've told me themselves that Tradeovate has completely stopped um allowing prop trading. They're not allowing any more, you know what I mean? They're not signing with any prop firms or anything because there's way too many opening up. And it makes sense. It really, really makes sense. You know what I mean? It really makes sense. Um so yeah. She's targeting them. Oh yeah, no, I'm just putting that there. I'm not really targeting this right now. I'm trying to target something like this. I just always put it up here just in case. You never know. You never know. What if a lot of people find out? Okay, no, that's not how the market works. No, guys. We can have 10,000 people trading in this live call right now, and it won't even make a dent in the market. I need you guys to understand that. We don't move the market, especially guys. There's about 511 of you guys in here. I'm sure about 510 of you guys in here trade prop firms. Guys, prop firms do not move the market. We can dump $1 billion in prop money into the market, and it won't even make a little bit of a decimal. It won't even move an atom in price. You know what I mean? No, we can't. It's. Oh, with the meme coin, yeah, with the meme coin, yeah. But in the futures market, no, definitely not. So, if there's a million people trading the strategy, which, in fact, there is a lot of people trading the strategy, we're not the only ones that trade it. Um, no, it won't really do anything in the market. But with meme coins, yes. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. No, definitely. I'm not gonna ruin my reputation over some little coin. I'm good. But yeah, now guys, one thing I do want to say is notice how slow sellers are getting after we took out liquidity. Why? Well, you guys gotta keep in mind we don't have anything else to the downside. There's not much interest to the downside. Now, the other issue is we haven't had any interest in buying since market open. At all. So the chance of us getting buyers to really step in now is we need to see. We need to make sure that the buyers are very, very strong because obviously we haven't had buyers step in all morning. All right. But right now would pretty much make sense why buyers should step in. I mean, we took out every level of liquidity to a downside. So the interest is kind of there. You know what I mean? Which is why we're getting a little bit of a push up into this gap pretty much down here. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna see. I don't think I'm gonna target this Asia high. That's a little bit unrealistic here. I'll probably target like something like this. Doesn't look too bad. So let me write out the price target just before we get the entry, which we're literally about to get. But we'll see. 18,165 and 18,213.75. Okay, but yeah, guys, I'm looking for longs very, very soon. We're about to inverse this gap right here. Now, one thing I do want to be careful with is ES. Definitely with ES. You guys know ES is the whole reason we've been selling off right now. So I do want to make sure that ES inverses this fair value gap right around here before we inverse this gap right here. You guys know, guys, most of the time that we get that we get stopped out, it's mainly because of ES. 99% of the time. Why? Because ES might have a level that it took out, or it might have a fair value gap that it never inversed. It's a whole big deal. And on top of that, guys, I also want to make sure that there's enough buying pressure to kick in for us to inverse this fair value gap. Because if not, then, you know what I mean? I wouldn't really want to take it because we haven't had any interest in buying all morning long, right? Definitely, we can definitely get it now. Don't get me wrong, but it would be a little bit, you know, a little bit risky. But we'll see. Now, apparently, guys, or not apparently, Trump is set to talk in about 3 minutes from now, which I don't really see a reaction here in the market just yet. Now I'm really hoping that we don't get in a trade and it just starts randomly doing random stuff, you know, super spiky movements, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to avoid that in 3 minutes. Yeah. Are you still doing full size? Yeah. I still do like the way the setup is looking. At what point do higher order entries take too long to get filled on NQ? That's if we have movement like the tariff movement. Bro, how can I use a strategy outside of your trading schedule? The same way we use it inside of the trading schedule. There's nothing different. Nothing different. What time frame are we on? We are on the 5-minute time frame. The 5 minute. On a 250K account, how much should you be risking? 2 minis won't be too bad. Because remember, you have a lot of drawdown to afford 2 minis. You could do like 15 micros to 20 micros around there. That could be pretty good. Now, I don't know what the profit target is on a 250K account. I'm assuming it's like, what, like 6K? 15K? Damn. Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to lie. Maybe even 2 minis is way too little. In a way. Damn. 15K. Dude, damn, bro. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of sizing. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of management. What does it show that Trump is speaking? Everyone was saying 10:30. I'm assuming you could probably find it on the website. But if Forex Factory doesn't put it out, then it probably isn't too important. But we're about to find out in about a minute. So we'll see. Now, I do want to talk this fair value gap if we do get longs. So let me go ahead and write this out real quick. So it's 17998.25. There we go. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There might be a little bit of a slight chance where the market starts chopping up a little bit here because the market is consolidating. Keep in mind, we did sell off like crazy. We did take out every level of liquidity to the downside, and we don't have that much buying interest just yet. So, although we're kind of meant to go up going forward, technically, yeah, like everything is lining up for us to be bullish. If there's no buying pressure, if there's no seller interest, since we took out every level of liquidity to the downside, and there's no buying interest for us to go back up, that might lead to some chop. So we'll see. But apparently Trump should be speaking now. Obviously he's not going to be talking right off the bat, but we'll see how the market reacts. So far, we are getting some buy. Like I said, if we do get a very nice spike above this inverse, I would be interested in taking longs. I just want to be very, very careful with ES. I don't want us to be rejecting off this fair value gap over on ES, and it becomes a whole shit show. That's for us to find out. Now we just need literally a 10-point push-up to get this inverse. So let's see how that 10 points looks like. If it's a slow grind up, it'll definitely be a little bit questionable. But if it's a nice spike, we should be good to go. We should be good to go. David, I'm not meaning for that. No. I'm good. When you see that Trump speaking, I don't know. You guys was telling me, so I'm just taking you guys' word for it. Why not take the 15-minute inverse? Because there's nothing to inverse on the 15-minute time frame. On one of your videos, you explained that your strategy is based off trend, drawn liquidity, MSS, and IFEG. Can you explain a little bit more on how to identify the drawn liquidity? Actually, I'm working on a video on that. Obviously, I have to record it, but I do know how to explain it. And that was my next video idea that I do want to work on. But long story short, finding drawn liquidity is really, really easy. You're just pretty much just finding out where. Okay, look. Let's say for example, the market is in a bearish trend, right? So let's say the market is like this, right? So obviously we're in a bearish trend right now as we speak, right? In order for the market to be in a bearish trend, the market needs to create lower highs and lower lows, right? So let's say that the trend starts here, right? We sell off, we pull back, right? And we create a lower high and a lower low, right? So we have the main high, main low, lower high, lower low. As the market continues to make this pattern right here of creating lower highs and lower lows, we obviously know that the market is in a pretty bearish trend. Now, as we go on, every single pullback that the market has is orders in the market being placed, right? So in a bearish trend, pretty much the way to find the levels of liquidity is as the market is going down, you're pretty much just marking out every single pullback that the market has. Now, once the market is set to reverse, you will then target all these levels of liquidity as they act like a magnet in the market. All right? Same thing goes with the bullish buys, just vice versa. Right? So if the market trend were to be bullish, which would be like this, right? So we have the main low and the main high, right? We created a lower high, a higher low, my bad. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and so on, right? Every single pullback the market had against the trend is your drawn liquidity. So in this case, it would look like this. You're pretty much marking out every single pullback. Now, it's as simple as that, but it could be a little bit confusing sometimes when the market trend is really, really choppy because the levels get very, very, confusing and very all pretty much mashed up together. But long story short is you go on the higher time frame and you mark out every single level of liquidity and you're pretty much set. But yeah, anyways, we are getting a red to green flip here, which is amazing. I'm hoping it holds up to a point where we can inverse this fair value gap, but so far, nothing yet. But yeah, if you guys were to ask me, this would more than likely probably be the bottom. It just makes the most sense. I mean, we took out every level of liquidity to the downside. We're not showing any more seller interest, which we know why. The only problem behind this is, guys, we haven't had any sort of buying anything. Like, there's no interest in buyers. To the point where we would have been reversed already, but we can't because there's no interest, right? So what happens when there's no interest in selling, when we take out every level of liquidity to the downside, and there's no interest in buying because buyers just don't want to wake up? We get chop, right? And that's exactly what is going on right here. All right, nothing is going on. That's the thing. And what happens when we chop up like crazy? Well, the trades get very, very risky. But I mean, we are inversing this gap right here. So let's see if we're able to hold it. I'm not gonna rush any setup. I'm not gonna rush any entry. I don't really care if I get a late entry or not. I just want to make sure that buyers are strong enough to hold this gap. Because the last thing I'm trying to do right now, guys, is get faked out. I do. That happened on Friday. I am not trying to deal with that right now. It'll be super, super annoying. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now, a part of me kind of wants to set my stop loss at this candle low right here, which is about 45 points. So I'll probably do like 7 contracts to take the size. So if you guys are going to take this, make sure that you guys are obviously, sizing with what you guys are comfortable with, since we'll be having our stop loss at low of day. All right, guys. But let's go ahead and see what we can work with here. All right. So far, it does seem like buyers are stepping in pretty strong. So I'm going to try out some longs here. And I'm going to set my stop loss at low of day right here. So sell 7 stop. All right. Now, one thing I will say is it is a little bit risky. I do like the way kind of buyers are stepping in, but we are taking a little bit of a risk here because look at ES. All right. One thing I did want to do was wait for this inverse, but I feel like it'll be a little bit too late by the time we inverse it and everything. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. But yeah, I did end up getting filled over at 17,952.25. So let me go ahead and put this out real quick. And yeah, so far for most of my contracts, I'll probably look to take for a scalp, mainly because of the volume. Yeah, we'll go ahead and see how this holds up. Now we're about to see PT1, in fact. So let me get this ready. Remember, guys, I'm gonna be looking to take some skills at 74, so about 10 points away. Which would be about 30 points. Now I'm really hoping ES has enough buying pressure to go ahead and kick in to inverse this fair value gap up here. But let's go and see. Let's see. Remember, guys, I'm gonna look to take some strict scales at 974. I'm just really hoping we're able to kind of inverse this gap over here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I got a little bit of a late entry. Now that I'm looking at it, I wanted to enter around 44. I ended up getting filled at 52. So, yeah, that definitely is a little bit late. I'm not going to lie. But it's okay. It's okay. All right. Yes, looks like it's about to inverse this gap. So we should be getting that spike up. I'm not sure why we didn't get it there. That should have been the spike up into the price target. I don't want to be showing any signs of... All right, there it is. All right. I sold 4 here, guys. I scaled out 4. I scaled out 4 here. There we go, baby. Guys, make sure you guys scale out. All right, guys? Make sure you guys scale out here. BT1 hit on NQ for 30 points. I scale for 7 contracts for a scalp. All right, sounds good. Let me go ahead and put this out here. Guys, did you guys scale? I don't know if you guys size light on this one or not. I'm not really expecting you guys to be super, super green, but a little bit of green won't hurt. Remember? Nothing wrong with a little bit of green. But let's see how these next candle open. Now, if you guys want to do break even, I don't know about break even just yet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't really think break even is a smart thing right now. I would say wait for like 40. If you guys want, look, if you guys want to do break even, you guys definitely can. I just feel like it's a little bit too early. So yeah, just be careful with that. But yeah, no, we are kind of ripping up here. So let me get my 1 contracts ready to go here, so I can take some scales very, very soon. My trade rate isn't zooming in. My next scale point, I want it to be at 18,000. So if we're able to see 18,000, we can go ahead and take it. Now we are currently up about 40 points. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, it depends where you guys entered. I'm assuming you guys might have gotten a better feel than me. All right, yeah, we're ripping up here. Very, very nice. I'm gonna take one more off here, guys. I took one more off. Not too bad. Not too bad. I took one more off, guys. I'm holding 2 contracts. If you guys want to start doing break even, you guys definitely can. I might even do break even as well. I scaled another contract here, and I moved my stop loss to break even. Okay, beautiful. Let me make sure everything's set here. Okay, 40 points on IQ. All right, sweet. Man, not a bad trade for a market like this. Now, I'm really hoping we can catch a little bit higher, but we can't be too picky with this type of volume. Can't be too picky at all. How are you guys doing in the chat? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Allow? Nice. 1,200. Wow, okay. Do I get a new keyboard? Bro, you know, I was actually thinking about getting a new keyboard. I traded up. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah, you could do that. Now, keep in mind. Wait, let me move this a little bit higher so it doesn't count as a losing trade. There we go. 50. Now, if I get stopped out of break even, that's about it. You know what I mean? Now, I just wish I had a better entry. Because I got a 10-point late fill. That's way too late. But yeah, it seems like I'm about to get stopped out of break even, which is fine. I don't really mind. But yeah, how are you guys doing on this trade, guys? How are you guys doing on this trade? Up 414. Nice. I should be up about 230, 220 on this trade if I get stopped out of break even, which I probably will. But for a Monday, honestly, not a bad way to start the week. Not a bad way at all to start the week. 120 up 619. Nice. All right, there it is, guys. I am completely out of break even, guys. Not a bad trade. Not a bad way to start the Monday. Not a bad. We hit the price target. I mean, not much. You know, I mean, like what, 40-ish points around there. Nothing crazy, but it's definitely giving us that head start to the Monday. So I'll take it. Mondays can be so. I mean, it kind of is right now. Keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, if you guys are arguing on this trade, guys, go ahead and post that over in the profits channel. I know it might not be much, which 40 points is pretty good, but I know we did size light, a little light on this trade. I did 7 contracts on this one. But I would definitely take the profits there. All right, guys, we can't be too greedy, at least in this market. But I'm happy with it. But yeah, let me make sure I have no orders left in the market here, because there's been times where I've gotten filled. But yeah, fully out, up 265. Yeah, I'm up 219, or pretty much 220. I'll take it. Now, guys, like I said, typically I don't really do this, but you guys know how I've been telling you guys, if the market, like right now, the market should technically be reversing all the way. We don't have any room for lower. So before you guys get off, oh, I just had a lot of deja vu. What the hell? Anyways, that's not important. Anyways, guys, if the market were to really, really push up like crazy, I wouldn't mind re-entering up here. I really wouldn't mind. I really, really wouldn't mind. It's just I'm really confident because obviously you guys know, looking at the higher time frame, we don't have anything to the downside like that. Why do you guys think we went from having only selling to now we have us having a lot of buyers stepping in? That's only if. Like if buyers are very, 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 very strong, an inverse off this 5 or 15-minute fair value cap right here would not be a bad trade at all. Yeah, if you guys are satisfied with your profits, if you guys are locking yourself out, there's nothing wrong with calling it a day. I'm just telling you guys, like, it's a possibility. If you guys do want an extra trade, something from here would not be a bad idea. Would you take it though? Maybe with a lighter size. Maybe just to make a little bit extra profit. But for now, I'm pretty happy with what we caught. All right. How are you guys doing in the chat? And YouTube, guys, let me know if you guys are able to catch this trade with me as well. All right, guys, let me know. There's about 80 people on YouTube. How do you lock yourself out? There's settings. In the settings on Top Step, Tradeovate, you go to settings, click the lockout menu, and it will lock you out after any winning trade, after any set amount lost, any set amount won. It will lock you out. So it will literally close your account for the entire day until the next day. Would you enter above the 5-minute or the 15-minute? Good question. It depends on the volume. If the volume looks very, very, very strong to a point where nothing is stopping buyers, I would take it off the 5-minute for an earlier entry. But if it looks a little bit questionable, but you still do want to take longs, I would take it off the 15-minute. Are you allowed to swing trade on Apex? Bro, I wish. But no, you're not. It's only day trading. Guys, you are only allowed to swing trade if you have a live account with over $25,000 on the account. You have any less, you can't swing trade. All right, guys. Taking the green, nothing bad with it. Nothing wrong with it. Can you repeat that? You can only swing trade if you have over $25,000 on a live account. You cannot swing trade on any firm. They don't allow it. Especially Apex. Apex will never allow that. All right. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm sure you guys are probably happy with this trade. I don't know if you guys size light or if you guys are happy with the profits, but if you do get one more trade, which would be this one, take a screenshot of it, guys. Take a screenshot of it. Make sure you guys have it on your charts just for later. This could definitely be a next trade that I would definitely be interested in. All right, guys. This one right here, I would definitely look to take some longs off of this. But that'll be for later in the day. So if you guys do want to take this trade, mark it on your chart so you guys know. All right, guys. I don't want you guys saying, "Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see the alert." You don't have to see the alert. It's literally on the chart. If price goes above this green line, that's your entry. It's not that hard to understand. All right, guys. So yeah. But yeah, guys. For now, I would say I'm pretty satisfied with calling it a day. Or not a day. Just a morning. A live trading. All right. What's the level? It's right here, bro. It's on the screen. All right. But yeah, once again, guys, if you guys are green, go at me in the Wins channel. Show off your profits and all that good stuff. And if anything, I'll maybe see you guys later. What's the level? It's too small. How small is your computer, bro? But yeah, here, let me send you a screenshot. Here you go. In fact, let me send you my chart. Sharing. Here you go, bro. Just click on this link and it'll give you all my levels. All right. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys made some profits alongside with me. Quick scalp, we'll take it. What, like a 5-minute trade, 5-10-minute trade, we'll take it. But yeah, guys, if anything, I'll see you guys later. All right, guys. If we do end up trading the PM session, if the setup right here ends up playing out, we will look to go ahead and take it. All right, guys. Peace out, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And YouTube, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the stream. Hopefully you guys were able to make some money with me. We didn't make anything too crazy. We did size a little bit light, but I will take a 40-point trade any day of the week. All right, guys. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now, before I get off, if you guys do want to get access to the PM live stream that I will be doing later on today, guys, click the first link in the description and you guys can join my premium community there. You guys can find all of the no delayed live trading, real-time alerts, community, education, everything you guys need to master my trading strategy. It's all there. All right, guys. And before I get off, guys, make sure you guys stack up on these Apex accounts. They're currently 80% off. there's no reason not to. They're really, really cheap, and you can trade as much as you guys want to get these payouts. All right, guys. But other than that, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. And if you guys join the premium, I'll be seeing you guys later in the PM session. All right, guys. Peace out.